My name's Logie. I shoot a lot of the surf events here in South Africa. I've been surfing since I was 12 years old. Slowly but surely naturally progressed into TV because I was a dyslexic and I didn't want to have a desk job. The natural progression was to do surf as well. Probably been involved in surfing events since I was about 21, 22. It's always good to do something to shoot something you love. I think for me initially I actually started off as I was a competitive swimmer, and surfing kind of came in a little bit later in my life, and I never really competed much initially with the surfing, and then slowly but surely surfing took over from the swimming. I think I became more obsessed with surfing than swimming, and by the time I was 19 or 20 I was surfing a little bit more than I was swimming, and I had to kind of quit the whole swimming. I competed a little bit here and there from a surfing point of view, and then obviously when I started the video thing, I realized that it was a nice way to make money and get to travel and that sort of thing. So it was an easy choice. I never thought I was going to be a pro surfer or anything like that. So when a career opportunity came along, it was natural that I took it. And one thing led to another, and here I am, kind of getting to travel a bit and doing cool events and enjoying myself. I think for me, I don't like to plan things out too much. I feel like I work best when I'm kind of on the spot and something like pops up. The kind of thing that inspires me is obviously, especially from a shooting point of view, is when there's good light in the morning. I always feel like I'm a bit frantic at that time. And then obviously if anything cool happens, or I often just see something and I like to work off the cuff. I don't like to kind of script things and that sort of thing. I like to arrive at the event and let the story be told that way. I don't like to kind of go there and have a rigid structure. I like to just let things flow. As I go, everything sort of develops. So that's the way I like to work. I found out that I was dyslexic when I was about 10 years old. Once I started having to think about careers and that sort of thing, that video and obviously a more creative field was always going to suit me more because of the whole, I didn't really want to do a desk job, and I think I would have struggled having to sit behind a computer. I don't think I would have been able to sit there all day because of the dyslexia and maybe slightly ADD, I don't know, but yeah, it definitely kind of pushed me that way, and yeah, I'm glad it did. I think one of the things I like to always sort of pride myself is the fact that I can do all the different sort of aspects of shooting surf as well. I mean, I do shoot drone shots, I shoot land shots, I do water shots as well, and I think that maybe gives me the edge over certain people. I know a lot of people are doing it these days, and I always like to try and get a different angle because I think when you shoot flat all the time, it can kind of get boring eventually. I think the main challenge for people in this industry, filming and surfing, is obviously being in South Africa. Financially, there have been ups and downs. There was a period where there was a lot of work going around, and there was a lot of everyone was doing well, and then we kind of went through a bit of a slump. But lately, there's been a lot of work, and hopefully it continues. I think if I had to give my 20-year-old self some advice looking back, I would definitely tell them not to worry what other people think. Because I think as a young person, you worry way too much what everybody else thinks of you, and you don't do your own thing. And I think a lot of the time, the people that are most successful and end up being revered are the ones that did their own thing and didn't worry about what other people thought. So that's what I'd tell myself.